This is Eco Money on Money FM 89.3. I'm Rachel Kelly. In sunny Singapore, solar is an important component of achieving net zero emissions by 2050. But as we know, the sun doesn't shine 24 hours a day, so for those looking to implement solar panels, how can they store that energy? VFlowTech is a Singapore-based long-duration energy storage solutions provider manufacturing low-cost and efficient modular vanadium redox flow batteries. Sounds technical, doesn't it? Well, don't worry. To help us understand this world better, we're joined now by Dr. Arjun Bhattarai. He's the co-founder and CTO of VFlowTech. Dr. Arjun, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Hi, thank you for the invitation. Pleasure to talk to you today.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. So first of all, I want to find out more about VFlowTech. Maybe you can tell me about how the company was started as one of the co-founders.
We started from the laboratory actually. So I did my PhD in a local university here. So basically, I come from a renewable background with mechanical and material science background. I did my PhD in a local university, Nanyang Technological University here. So we were a group of researchers working on vanadium redox flow battery. So it was a joint project, two companies in Germany and the local university here. So we are working on solving the few problems in this technology. So after we graduated in 2018, we came with several innovations and IPs. Since the global energy storage market was growing exponentially, we decided to commercialize this technology. And we are operating in Singapore and we also have a manufacturing facility in India as well.
So let's get into the details of the batteries now, because vanadium redox flow batteries, it's not an area that I'm familiar with. Maybe you can share with us more about the batteries, how they work.
Most of the people heard about lithium-ion batteries, which is now very popular in EV industry and other portable application. And conventional battery technology is lead-acid batteries. Flow battery are relatively new technology, so they are different from the existing technology like lithium-ion batteries or lead-acid battery in a sense that they are easily customizable. So basically, battery has two components. One is how much power you need. That means how many lights or your load you have to power, and that's another part is the duration. So how long you want to discharge your battery to power your lights. So these two components are coupled together or they are attached together in other technology. But the flow battery has a unique property that they have the liquid, which is separately stored in tanks, and their battery modules are separated. So you can independently design the power and the energy capacity rating of this battery. So this is one of the unique advantage of flow battery. So the other advantage would be the inherent safety. So you have a major problem of the safety of the batteries today, and you hear the news about battery fires happening globally. So flow battery, especially vanadium redox flow battery, is a non-flammable technology, so there is no risk of fire, and therefore for many critical applications like in oil industry, for data center, for many microgrid residential applications, so these batteries are quite useful. So other advantage would be the very long life. So basically we use a vanadium metal as an electrolyte. It is non-degradable, so it uses for infinite life. And the other battery components, they are also not degrading. So basically the electron material that use in the battery, they are not consumed in the reaction phase. So therefore this battery can last forever. So it's typically 20,000 cycles, which is about 4 to 5 times longer life compared to lithium-ion battery, and about 10 times longer than the lead-acid batteries. So typically they last for 25, 30 years without a problem. So these are unique properties. The other is like your phone, for example, lithium-ion battery, they become heated and they have a problem of capacity degradation over time. So that's called a thermal runaway. So this problem does not exist in this technology. Therefore, the battery capacity and the power rating does not degrade over time. So even the life of over the lifetime of the batteries, you get the stable performance. So that's some of the unique properties of this technology. This is now getting much popular compared to previous couple of years because the market has grown largely on energy storage. When your solar PV price gone down, now there is a big market for storing the energy and also for stabilizing the grid application. So these flow battery are quite in demand right now, and the market is largely growing.
So what are the applications then? What can this kind of battery be used for? I understand solar storage. What about EVs?
Basically, the battery application is wide, so you can use for various applications. For flow battery, since they are suitable for long duration energy storage application, you can use them for various microgrid application, which means, for example, you have a remote island, you have a city to power with renewables, you have a village to power, you have a area to power where there is no grid available. So all this application you can use the battery for. So basically for renewable energy integration, because your solar PV is only available 4 to 5 hours a day, so that's why you have to store the energy in the battery. So this battery can be used to store the energy in the daytime and use it for the overnight. So these are some of the application. Most of our application or the market we are selling today is for removing the diesel generator use, because it's a polluting technology, and you can switch to a carbon zero or net zero footprint. So it's a carbon neutral technology. The other application could be for large renewable integration. For example, Singapore is aiming to import about 4 gigawatt of energy from solar PV in next 5 years. So this needs a huge amount of batteries to store the energy in the daytime. So that would at least require about 50 to 60 gigawatt hour of energy storage. So this energy storage can be stored in the daytime, and they can power in the rest of the day where the solar is not available. So the other application is also grid application. So grid application means like you can use for the frequency regulation application, for the peak shifting, peak saving application. So all this application we can target for. We are also doing some installation in Singapore with hybridizing the flow battery with another technology that is basically to use for in the off-grid mode with charging from solar PV and powering the local lighting, parking lights, and other EV charging stations. For EV charging especially, it's very great. It's a great technology. You can use flow battery for off-grid applications. So basically, you can charge the battery from solar and power the EV.
Just such an array of applications that you have for this particular battery. Can you just remind me again, what is the lifespan of the battery? What kind of maintenance is needed?
Lifespan is up to 20,000 cycles, which is typically more than 25-30 years if you are discharging 1 or 2 cycles a day. So the maintenance would be is quite less. So basically, all the battery are equipped with 24/7 remote monitoring. So we monitor the performance of the battery and support the customer remotely. And there are certain parts, for example, pumps, which typically has to be replaced in 5 to 10 years of lifespan. But the rest of the components can last for more than 10 years. There might be change of some electrical components, which has a certain life. So that has to be changed after the use of, after the period of its life. There are some components like piping, there are some liquid flow media. So this has to be inspected routinely in a, for example, 2 years of time. And that's the only maintenance we have in the battery.
Talk to me about your presence then. You've mentioned Singapore, South Korea, India.
In terms of business operation, we are typically based in Singapore. We have about 40 people team in Singapore, and we also have started recently a manufacturing base in India as well to fulfill the current demand of the batteries. So we have about 20 to 25 people sitting in India, which will grow eventually to about 100 people there. And apart from this, we are looking to expand our business in Southeast Asia, probably in Indonesia or even in China. We are planning to have some manufacturing base, but this has not been started yet. In terms of business activity, we are mostly selling our system in Southeast Asia. Also, apart from this, we have deployed some system in Australia, Japan. We have done in India as well. In Southeast Asia, we have done also in for example, we have deployed our system to Indonesia, Thailand, to Malaysia, Vietnam, and few other countries.
How does your battery fit into the clean energy mix for Singapore?
The Singapore plans to import about 4 gigawatt of solar energy in next 4 to 5 years of span. So this is only possible with the batteries, because you need to store the solar energy that is only available for short duration in the daytime. So these batteries can be installed, developed in Singapore. So to have the land constraint, we are going developing solution in vertical integration. So basically using the oil tanks, where simple two large oil tanks can easily store more than 20 megawatt of energy, and such islands we are developing those batteries to store large amount of energy that is importing, and this energy can be traded to retailers or distributors, and it can also support the grid application for frequency regulation, peak shifting application.
Okay. So what else are you working on now? I know that you are a team of researchers that launched the company. What are you looking at in terms of expanding your product offerings when it comes to this particular type of battery?
So there are a few directions we are working on. So one is, of course, the new product launch. So we have come up with three products right now. Like one would be a small range, that's a 5 to 10 kilowatt of product that is suitable for residential application, for small industries, small microgrid application. A slightly bigger range, which is more scalable, is about 50 kilowatt to 50 kilowatt hour, and a 100 kilowatt, 500 kilowatt hour that comes in a 20 feet and 40 feet container. They are mostly for industrial application. In terms of activities we are currently doing is we are targeting to reduce the cost down largely. So we are looking to have our own electrolyte production from waste. So basically we are working with a company in Singapore to use the oil waste, and also like the burnt biomass or all the waste fuel. The waste also consumes some level of vanadium, so to extract the vanadium out of it and then produce the electrolyte. So this will help in sustainability, because we are using the waste, also to have the continuous supply of vanadium, and also reduce the cost. So apart from this, we are also working on reducing the other components as well. So improving our manufacturing capability, scaling it, the production to meet the gigawatt hour of demand currently the market has, and reduce the cost down by at least 2 to 3 folds. So that's some of the activities we are doing. In terms of R&D, yes, as a hardware technology, we are a hardware company. We have to continuously improve our technology. So we are working on further improving our thermal stability. So we are today. So one of the unique advantage with us is that our battery can operate at very high temperature, up to 55 to 60 degrees C, without active cooling, and we are further enhancing the thermal capability of this battery to be useful in the hot countries or tropical environment like Singapore, other regions, as well as the Middle East. So the other research area we are working on is coming with the next generation stack. So basically that can be used for not only for flow battery, but also for fuel cell, which has a very high power density and small footprint and cost reduction in the cost. So these are some of the R&D and development we are currently working on.
That was Dr. Arjun Bhattarai. He is the co-founder and CTO of VFlowTech, talking to us about vanadium redox flow batteries. I'm Rachel Kelly, and you've been listening to Eco Money on Money FM 89.3.